There we go. There it is. There it is. Let's get going. Audio and visual check. How's everybody doing this Monday night? Beginning of a short week. And yeah, in the YouTube chat, there's our Top Step risk disclosure. Everything we go over is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. It's not a signals class. It's for education. To answer your question, Leslie Paul, it's because that's when I'm available and that's when I trade. It doesn't, don't have to complicate it any more than that. Saying why is slow markets opens? Well, it's when I trade, man. So that's what time you get me. All right. Yeah. Deep down, I was rooting for the Chicago Bears. All right. Yeah. And unfortunately, they lost. $100 silver this week. I mean, we're closer to $100 now than we were Friday, right? So we're closer now than we are to $100 an ounce here on silver. Let's just get to it. Let's just jump into this market. First, I'm going to do a rapid fire starting off this week, where these markets are at, and then we're going to start looking for some trades. But here's a daily chart on the NASDAQ. We did a gap down. So we continuing to seeing a lot of volatility. Did I use that word, volatility? Not necessarily. Indecision in the NASDAQ. Lack of buyers. I don't know. Fear, whatever you want to call it. Maybe we started to pick a direction. We gapped down, right? We gapped down on Sunday night. Tomorrow is the first day of a shortened week, and there hasn't been a lot of trading. I mean, what do we see here? You can see that there's a level of support back here on the beginning of the year. Now remember, this is a new year. This is all of January starting on this candlestick. So technically, we're negative on the year, right? We're negative on the year. Not by much. So, I mean, if we do start to break that yearly open candle, I wonder if we could start to sell off. Maybe we come back and retest some of these lows that we were seeing throughout the end of the year of 2025. So, I'm going to be interesting to see how it is. I know I don't want to be the one that says gaps typically get filled. I would say gaps to the downside get filled the majority of the time because markets hit all-time highs, right? This NASDAQ has an all-time high, so any gap to the left has technically been filled because we hit all-time highs. So I do believe that, and the way I view these markets, especially the NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ's different. It's an equity. So I do like when we do gap down, a play for a gap is more probable. Now, when? That's a different question, right? For me, and I like to zoom in, right? The context matters. So I'm going to zoom into an hourly chart. And I'm not going to be like, okay, this gap's going to fill, so I'm just going to just randomly buy it. I'm going to wait for the market to tell me when it's going to fill this gap. So it's good for targets, good for managing risk. Maybe once we do start to break back above 25,475, that will allow, maybe a trade opportunity. How does it get there? How does it fill it? I don't know. Will we ever fill it? There's sometimes where we get maybe halfway, maybe 3/4, maybe a quarter. You don't know, but it gives for some good targets. It gives a good reference point. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It is Monday night on the shortened week, and you can see how we are bouncing off this 25,000, 280s, the upper 200s. We're bouncing up. We're seeing some buyers step in tonight, maybe going through some technicals. This is the NASDAQ. Maybe we see kind of a shoulder pattern. We're kind of breaking through these 420s as we speak, the good 25,420 level. And so, yeah, it looks like we're starting to find some buyers. First target I have in mind tonight would maybe be where we opened. If buyers want to keep stepping in, push this thing back up to these 460s, and then maybe look for a gap fill. Man, that's quite a way for a gap fill, right? How big is that gap? That gap's 200 points. 200 points. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot to fill it. Will we? I don't know. We shall see tomorrow. What do we got for the news? Let's see. News. We have Netflix earnings. Oh, we got earnings season. Ah, that's right. We got earnings coming out. That's gonna bring some. Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna spice some things up. I've been so focused on the geopolitical stuff, tariffs, the Greenland and silver and everything that's going on. Man, earnings are creeping up faster than I thought. Then, of course, initial jobless claims, PCE. Going through some of this. Yeah, look at that. Tesla, Q4 earnings, Tesla. FOMC press conference. Is that on a Friday? Is that really on a Friday? No, it's not. No, I'm looking pretty far ahead. That's in 8 days. 8 days. Okay. That's going to be something. That's the rate statement. Yeah, okay. That's going to be a big one. That's right. Microsoft, Tesla, and the FOMC. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a big day. Going through. It seems like every day we have something coming out, and it is a shortened week. But earnings are going to be top of the mind on top of the geopolitical drama that's always going on. So other than that, let's zoom into a 5-minute chart. You guys can see it. So it's a lot more clear. Resistance. We're starting to break out. We're starting to break out here in the NASDAQ. Maybe come up and test these 460s and start to get into that gap. But let's take a look at silver. Silver starting to push a tiny bit. Silver has been the talk of slow markets. Look at this hourly chart. Huge gap up. That's a big gap in silver. Like if we're looking at this, that is 5%. I mean, that's a big gap first, right? But then the 1 hour following, this is an hour chart. I mean, that's 5%. And we did hit all-time highs. So it looks like we got up to these 94.30s. Kind of consolidated a little bit. Tried to push back up. We did hit all-time highs a second time, which is the current all-time high, 94.75. 94.75. It's probably, I can zoom in and see that a little bit more detailed. But let's just see what's silver doing now. We held, right? This was resistance. We broke through that, and it looks like resistance has become support. We're finding buyers step in again, right? We're seeing buyers step in again here on silver. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart, kind of see what's silver doing right now. Buyers continuing to step in. We're already up 6%. I'm showing up 6%. Man, these markets. Oh, it's difficult to be a buyer up here, but we know silver could keep going. I just have to trade what the market's in front of us. So kind of a bottoming pattern here, right? Down, consolidate, maybe a double or triple bottom, right back up. And we have a higher low. So that's a higher low technically, right? Here's the low. Here's a higher low. And so if we start to break through this pivot that we're starting to do right now, we'd be looking for a higher high. So we'd be looking for something to break out, maybe come up and make a higher high if we're going to start seeing that good market structure, which it looks like we're doing right now. So I'm going to zoom in, see if there's going to be any trade opportunities, and then I'll get some music going. So give me just 1 second. Actually, give me one moment. I'm going to turn some music on. And I gotta run and go get me some water. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Let me know if the music's too loud. All right, I'm back. Crystal says, y'all have no idea what you're talking about. What is y'all? Who is y'all? Let's watch this. Zoomed into a 100 tick chart. We'll see if we get some trades in the live account. Shiny metal is very useful in the industry, especially for military. Silver, 100%. Let's take a look. Going through, double checking everything on my end. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Hoop. Coach Hoop sent me earnings coming out tomorrow. We got Netflix, Interactive Brokers. Man, we got, yeah, earnings starting to come this week. Lots of earnings. Okay. JB1, can you have my live account if you put in the same amount of work? Same amount of work. You too can have a live account. Just trade it. Trade it on up. Anyone joining you today? Not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow. Coach Jay will be joining me tomorrow. I don't know. Chris says, if you're trading right now, you are not profitable. I beg to differ. Oh, and on that note, go ahead and tag me. Let's do some hashtag slow markets. There's the Twitter. There's the Twitter, and there's the Insta. Right there in the YouTube chat. Let's see what we got. How do you suggest deciding a DLL? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I've seen traders do many different things to different ways to calculate their own DLL. It depends on what you like. It depends on what you like as a trader. I've seen some traders use whatever their balance is, divide that by 10, and they use that and say, yeah, I'm fine with losing this account if I had 10 losing days in a row. That's, man, I've also seen traders do a percentage. It depends on the account size. It depends what your goals are for that account. I would say, for me, the way I view a prop account, I personally don't mind dividing it by 10 and using that for a DLL. And then when do you recalculate it, right? Like, do you lose a day and then do you just recalculate it, and then you lose a day and then maybe you recalculate it again? I don't know. It really depends on you as a trader. Always funny to see people hating when it ain't working for them. Hey, hey, sometimes that's how it is. Silver testing the VWAP. Well, we caught a bid. We found some buyers. We're continuing to hold up here. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Let's see what this other market. You see, the NASDAQ's been moving a little bit tonight. NASDAQ was moving. Okay, I got a little too excited. It's not moving too much. We got a little breakout there. Let's take a look at gold. Oh man, my 3-bar reversal on gold. Ooh, if you like the shorts, maybe. Ooh, don't just disregard my drawing. Possibly. I'm a little out of sync with gold. And it looks like it's been kind of consolidating, right? When we're consolidating, what's the typical good strategy when we consolidate? Buy low, sell high. Well, we got up to these 680s. Could that mean we come back down and retest these lows? 4670s? Sure. Right? If we come back down to these 4670s, I wouldn't be surprised. That would make sense, right? Consolidate. But the question is, there's still that chance. Like, maybe we come back up to these 883s. Where's your risk, right? Where's your risk? It's range. It looks like in a range, just on the 5-minute chart, right? I always think about risk first. It's silver. Silver, a little bit of the same though, honestly. A little bit of the same. We did try and break out. Like, if we want to stay in this range here, we tried to break lower and got back into it. We tried to break higher, got pushed back down into these 93s. So can silver get back into this range and maybe come down and retest this? Maybe come retest these lows? Maybe see 93, sure. You know how I feel about shorting silver, right? We'll see if there's any trades. Remember, it is a holiday. We're just finishing off a holiday. Today's the first price action of the Tuesday. It's Tuesday's price action. Tomorrow is our first full day. Let's take a look. How's the schedule look? I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. 10 a.m. Central. Ooh, yeah. Tomorrow. It's going to be a good week. It's going to be a real good week, actually. Good music. Good week. Good trading. Yeah, I'm just hesitant to short silver. I'm always hesitant to short silver. Dakota, do you day trade or swing trade your personal? Both. Both. Good evening, BC. Drums. Stay tuned to this, what do we call it? Twitter. I haven't heard anything. You can tell me what you look for on the 100 tick chart. Well, price action. I look for these pivots. I call them pivots. Call them whatever you want. Right? I like to see this price action. Price action is what I like to see on the 100 tick chart. You know, where's the support resistance? There's, you know, patterns. Do I have news for the Asian market? What? We got market news right here. Right there. 3 a.m. earning calls. Forget silver, go to NQ. I bounce back and forth to NQ. NQ's not doing much either right now. We're kind of consolidating, so I'm answering questions. We're talking. We're listening to music. Maybe we do break out to the long side. But I'm not seeing anything I really like in the NASDAQ. Yeah, do we really think this market's... who knows, right? It's starting to rally. Look at it go. Seeing some volatility in the NASDAQ. I mean, that's not the setup I want to see. I like to see either a pullback. That's too deep for one. I'm a little out of sync with the NASDAQ during slow markets. Been working on silver. I mean, silver does look like it's going to break out, but we're up 6% today. Can we keep going? I know we can, but it's off. Display, thank you. Hey, I do this for you. I do this for you. I do this for everybody tuning in. I really enjoy it. I do. I do. That's a helpful way to think about it. Out of sync, yeah. Like, you know, you trade something consistently. You get in tune with how the market's reacting, what it's doing each and every night. And if you haven't traded it at, like, I've been trading the NASDAQ during the New York session. I'm used to it. I'm comfortable with it. It's been a while. You know, I'm not used to it. Like, not in the rhythm. It's like anything, right? As a professional, as, you know, an athlete in a way, you know, you take some time off, be it a week, 2 weeks, you got to get back into it. You got to ease into it, not just jump in and just think you can start performing as well as you were when you were doing it every single day. Beantown Trader says, why do Topstep quote coaches hide their balance? Well, if you have to ask that question, I think, yeah, I need to hold my tongue on some of these people. Some of the questions, ignorance, because I don't want to embarrass anyone. Coach Hoop. Hey, you know, I'm just gonna cut off there. Just cut it off there. This is a pay per view. You want to see my balance? You got Venmo me like $5. I'll send you a screen. It's true, right? This is slow markets. I'm here to teach and to answer questions. You know, I'm not going to be sitting here showing that type of stuff. Same way people were. Come on, Bernie 90. Funny thing is, I've show it here all the time. I show it. They talk about my P&L every single day. Just tune in. Tune in. Tune in fast markets too. You get to see my P&L every day. Yeah, it's not like you haven't seen it before. Hey, you've seen them all. You've seen one. You've seen them all. Let's go. Let's get back to these markets. All right, rejected this level. Rejected these 93.80s. I'll show you when it gets back to 100K. You know what? No. I wouldn't even. I'm not even gonna show it when it's back to 100,000. All right, bit of a sell-off here. Bit of a sell-off. Let's see if we come back down and test these 43.40s. Silver stuck on VWAP. Yeah, we're testing this lower level. So if we do start to break through these 60s, next level I'm seeing these 93.40s. These are the main levels, right? That's what I'm seeing. That's why I like this 100-tick chart. I mean, you kind of see it on the 5-minute chart. Just watching. Looks like buyers stepped in. Push back up to these 92s. If we do break below these 68s, maybe come back down to these 93.40s. MP, are you tuning in, MP? Shout out to you. MP, if you're watching. Yesterday, I now understand why you say bear down. I now understand. Bear down. I can't talk shit. I can't talk shit on the Bears. They beat my Packers. I want a short gold. I am looking at getting a short silver here for a scalp. That middle box on silver is just a fair value gap. This middle box? No, it's not. This is a support and resistance. Look, see, look. Resistance, support, 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 support. Unless is that what fair value gap means? To some traders. Is it just support and resistance? Okay, I'm gonna get short 1 micro. Oh, I gotta change it to ticks. Okay. See if we come back down here and retest these 40s. Alright. I got my finger on the close button because if we don't go, I might just bail out of it. That's right. This is a momentum trade. We're breaking down through this support. And I want to see it break. Man, why do I always find myself short silver? What am I doing? I just tend to find myself in this. I don't know why. No, Coach J's not in. Momentum trading is risky. It's only as risky as your stop loss. Right? Another night, another short silver. All right, don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? You can judge. This is judge-free stream. 7 minutes for the top of the hour. Great shout. What do they do? What's that trend that they have? We listen and we don't judge. I'm short silver, everybody. Can I fade you? Go ahead. If you see something, say something. Hey, see something, say something, do something. Well, we're trading it. Makes you wonder who else is selling silver at these prices. I am. Technically. I mean, this is a trade, right? This isn't like an investment. I'm not going to be holding this longer than an hour. I'm looking for these 40s to come into play. Because I called it out. I explained it before I took the trade, no? This is like an urgent stop. Like, it's like worst case scenario, market just bounces, some news. I'm trading this, closing it out manually. All right, come on. We're seeing 50s, 53s. Let's see these 40s, 40s. Oh, there you go. Almost there, almost there. All right, I'm out. There you go. Boom. These 40s right here. There we go. Right? I went through that trade pretty good, right? Did I explain to everybody why I took it, and then I took it. Watch it. Watch us break through this. See, this is why I want to get into multiple contracts. Look at that. Look at that thing go now. Oh my. Oh my, if we get through these. This is why I missed the NASDAQ. NASDAQ allows me to get in like 3, 4, 5 contracts. And then take one off. And then hold on to a runner to catch moves like this. Do I expect that big of a move? No. I'm happy with what I got, but it just sucks not being able to have a runner. Say no to FOMO. Paper hands. No, I did not. I got my profit, man. I got the trade. I called it out. I got my profit. I got what I wanted. Let me just watch it go now. Damn. Who's in it? Who's in it? We got the top of the hour coming in 3 minutes. Who's in that short? Timber. Man. If you are, show me. Show me. There it is. There's the Twitter right there. Do a hashtag slow markets and tag me in it. Let's see it. I'm still in it. I have 1 micro left. So I wish I was. Said damn at the same time. I mean, look at this. But man, this goes back to what I say. The market's always going to leave you unsatisfied. That's all I was wanting. That's all I got. That's all I wanted. I got what I wanted. All right. 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Hey, I'm happy. But it's always nice to have multiple contracts and leave one on for a runner because you can catch something like that, right? That's why I don't like take profits if I have multiple contracts. But remember again, for those that were in the chat earlier, is that's what I'm here to do for slow markets. I called it out. I talked about it. I showed it. I explained my thought process, and I executed it in a live account in front of everybody. So markets will leave you unsatisfied, and that's probably why I love them. Because anyway, the bounces are insane. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Some of it, like right back down to these. That was like a secondary target. These 93. I said if we start to sell off, I wouldn't be these 93s. I took the trade with you, profited 1,500. You took the trade on your own. You just happen to be in the same direction as I am, right? Following your own process. Make sure you're doing that. You'll trade multiples for me? I'm okay. He said, well, whoever was wanting to know what my account balance is, you could just do X plus 197. You'll have a variable there, and you can keep track of it if you want. Do X plus 197. X for the balance. You can backtrack too. It's all recorded here on YouTube. Whenever I am on air, every single day, you get to watch it. You get to see it. You get to know. Right back to these 93s. A compliment from Richard Harris. Thank you, Richard. Pure honest live trading. Yeah, X plus 197. Yeah, someone's getting it, huh? Find the value of X, buddy. That's your homework. 93.12. Now let's take a look around the markets. We're top of the hour. It's 40 seconds past top of the hour, and we're starting to buy. Right, like this is the top of the hour, right there. Right, so now we're buyers starting to step in. Maybe, yeah, about right there, top of the hour. Let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. What's the gold doing? Very similar. Gold reacting a lot stronger. So whoever was looking for a short gold earlier on that range trade played out on gold, right? We came up to these 46.80s, right back down. So that played out pretty well. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, happy. I just stuck with my process. Didn't get distracted by the NASDAQ, right? Look at the NASDAQ. Hasn't really done much. That's what I'm saying. I'm not, whatever word I used, I'm not in sync with the NASDAQ in slow markets lately. NASDAQ for fast markets, I'm okay with that. Silver and gold has been slow markets. It's been treating me well. You know, of course, some nights I take losses. That's part of it. You can't go swimming without getting wet. You can't go trading without taking losses. That's part of the trading. It's the reality. It's one of the toughest things about what we do. Short gold, from what I see. Review my account, bro. Well, you gotta tag me, bro. Tag me on the socials. Okay, I gotta do some trolling. Okay. Oh man. All right. Let's get through this. How can you split your screen like that? Both differently. Oh yeah, it's easy. Right here. Select layout. Select layout. How do I feel about the Bears losing? I wanted them to win, but I don't mind. Which ones, bro? NASDAQ back to rally in Asian sell-off New York mode. I don't know. Shout out once again. I'm going to be shouting them out for the next month. Danielle and my man. Let's go. Gotta make sure. I always give credit where credit is due, no matter what. No matter what. Creating this playlist for me. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. They added some songs over the past week and looking good. Who? Yeah, Danielle and Gabe. Some pretty good songs. I really enjoyed them. Go Rams. Yeah, Danielle. She's doing all the work behind the scenes here on TopstepTV. Do we get to 200,000 subscribers? Come on, we gotta do that. That's like the bare minimum of, like, come on, 200,000 subscribers. Why aren't we there yet? Seattle taking it all the way? I don't know. Man, the markets. Oh yeah. Go Seahawks. Go Packers. All right, so looking at this 100 tick chart, right? I'll explain what I'm seeing right now. We got a higher low, have a high. So this is what I'm watching. I'm watching this. Are we going to come down and make another higher low? Or is this the higher low? So I'm just going through. I'm calculating. I'm watching price action. I'm lining it up with this 5-minute chart, right? There's this nice level of resistance. We just tapped into it. We just broke down. So now we might see a further sell off, right? Right? So we just tapped it. That was resistance. This was support. Support, became resistance. We just broke down. We failed to hold, and now we most likely can see maybe lower lows, right? So we just broke through all that price structure. You can see that and say, oh, it was a bearish flag. Okay, well, let's see. Now I'm going to be looking for this low to be at least tested if we can't hold here. I had that circle there. Remember, I had that circle. Are we going to make a higher low there? Maybe. It's all zones. It's not exact. It's just reading price action. Damn, I really did have that circle right there, huh? I did. All right. 92.93. Bid to reduce my short silver. Did you get it, Leslie? You got it, right? 92.93. We tagged it. NQ selling off. All right. Still watching this 5-minute chart over on the left still. Nice. See, are we going to make a wick or are we going to make a lower high? Right. Now, if we start to break through this, there's a possible trade to the downside. Right. See the trade? You guys see it? Hopefully I'm explaining it. Just the idea of a breakdown of price and structure. So what I would be looking for is, if we start to break down this level, we'd look to come down, break through this, and look for a short trade. If we break through this long side, then we're going to come back and do the exact opposite. Look for this upper end and a break to the long side. The only thing I see here is we're at the bottom end. So just like anything, you have to take so much into consideration quick. Right? Look at all this wicks. Look at all these wicks. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of buyers down here. So which way does it favor? I would have to come through. Where's your price targets? Can we come down and see these lower, 92s, 92.50? How much momentum is there? We just made another lower low, right? There's another lower low right there. And now we're starting to break. But throughout all of this analysis, you got to think, where's my risk? How do I get in? Well, it's very easy to do so after, like hindsight. It's like, I get in there, my stop loss is there, my target's 1-to-1. It's easy to say. It's a lot harder to do it, right? You get in at market. When do you get in? Did you just get some slippage? So your price entry is a little bit lower. Your 1-to-1 target, it's below this level of support, so it might not be the best. And then you get it all set up and the damn thing just bounces on you. And you're like, oh, that didn't work out, right? I mean, the trade earlier worked out beautifully, right? I got in short right here. I got in short right there. And it just went straight down. It doesn't, damn it. This is looking pretty good too. Looking pretty good as well. Why didn't I take it? I was busy sitting here teaching. I've been trading. Nice work. Bruno said, I had a good one as well. Nice trade. Let's go. I got this. Bruno having a hashtag slow markets. Look at that. Beautiful. 565. Great work. +7 and yeah. Silver is just insane volatility. See, we came down. This has been the level that silver's been bouncing. So as much as we're seeing a lot of selling come in, I don't like shorts down here because, like I said, it's hard to short this market, especially when we're down at this level. Yeah, these little moves, that could be bread and butter, right? Bread and butter. $100, $200 here, $200 there. $200 in a day, man. It's only been like 40 minutes. It's only been 40 minutes. Up 1.6K from that short. Great work. Great work. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to like 500 likes tonight. I'm giving you all this. Least you can do. Yeah. And now we hold. Now we hold. Just going through, watching. I'll just keep pointing out what I see. Right? We just held these 84s. So maybe a break above 893 again. Right? Maybe a break above 93 to come retest some of these levels. Looks like we might. Yeah. The fact that we held this is. Why do you use the 100 tick? I'm trying to demonstrate why. I've been demonstrating why I use a 100 tick. Have I not? I think it's been a pretty good explanation. A 100 ticks your favorite also? Nice. Sorry, just joined. Okay, no problem. Just the nice thing is it's recorded and you just hopped in right at the end of me explaining it. Yep. No problem. Just rewind it. That's the nice thing about what we're doing here. About YouTube, right? Is you can rewatch a lot of this. Gained 75 USD. Someone says trying to short gold here. Trying to short gold here. All right, we failed. We're just failing to have any breakouts to the long side. So just a lot of patience right now. See if there's another opportunity. I'm up $200, right? That's a daily range. Spence, what's up? Dakota's extra sassy tonight. I'm extra sassy. I don't know if is that a bad thing by dips, bro? Do you like it? Is that? I'm stuck. I don't know what gold wants to do tonight. If you're stuck and you don't know what gold wants to do, or you don't feel comfortable, if you're not able to follow your process, don't trade. Don't trade. If you ever feel like that, right? Lock yourself out. Lock yourself out. If you ever have that thought process, I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it wants to do. Just lock yourself out. Yeah, okay. Yo, maybe I'm a little extra spicy. Gold in a 20-point range. So use the 100 tick for all your trades, gold, silver, and NQ. I use the 100 tick for my day trading. Yes. You like Savage debate? You did, no. I think I seen someone say it earlier. I will not say it yet. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. 100 USD gain. Thanks from Vietnam. Great to hear. We have traders from around the world, all over the globe here at Topstep. These markets are open. We're rocking. It is still holiday. We're still seeing volatility. Silver is, we're up 6%, but we're selling off a little bit. I gotta check what's going on around the markets. Let's see if there's anything crazy happening. Not much. I'll just read some of this stuff off. We know the NASDAQ's down about 1%. Nvidia's down 1.5%. This is just what I watch. All right. If that makes sense to you, I mean, so be it. It's just the major tech. I'm a NASDAQ trader, and so I trade the NASDAQ. Amazon, Google. Amazon's up 1.6 or down 1.6. My bad. Amazon's down 1.6. Google's down 1.4. Tesla down 1. Meta down 1.6. Broadcom down 1.8. We got gold up 1.6, and we're watching silver here right now. We just took a trade. It's up 5%, and we got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down 0.7. So overall, equities are a bit bearish going into this shortened week, and metals rally. It's just what I watch. This is all I watch. I don't look around too much other than what I've just showed you. And then the VIX, right? VIX is not open right now. Curious to see how the New York session plays out at the open. I want to see more volatility. I love volatility. Pretty much all major stocks in the NQ are down. Yeah, that summarizes it. You can summarize it like that. A lot of the major stocks are down over 1%. I'd say over 1%. And we're watching silver. You know, silver was up almost 6%. We're seeing it starting to sell off here. I mean, tonight, right? Because we opened up tonight's price action on this candlestick. Right? There's the high of the first 5 minutes and the low of the first 5 minutes. And we've just been selling off ever since in tonight's price action. And we're kind of hovering just under $93 an ounce here in silver. I'm watching it, looking for patterns. I'm starting to see a little bit of one form, something like this. Yes, I did get my eyebrows done. I got to, you know, keep up with my modeling career outside of trading. No, that's a little bit why I was pissed off today. I go and I'll spar and I'm boxing. Then I go get my freaking... get them done, and the lady cuts me. Like, freaking cuts me. And I'm like, I got more cuts on my face from this than I have boxing. Yeah, I was pissed. Blood running down my eye. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Have you read Trading in the Zone? I have not. Supreme Court decision on tariffs tomorrow, 9 a.m. I'm not going to rely on that because it seems like they keep pushing it back. Sheesh, but they look at it. I'm not gonna argue with it. They look good. I've been going to the same person for like 3 years, Mandy. Years, and the first time just straight up cut me. All right, possible. Thinking of a long breakout for a test above these 93s. Yeah, trading is just a side gig. Modeling is where I make all my money. Right? Display. Sarcasm. That I'm joking. You know what? I could truthfully say this. Which, and I'm gonna be serious. And I hate to, and this is my opinion for some of this is gonna be opinion, right? So I'm gonna state a fact, and then I'm gonna tell you a sad truth of the way I view it. I can confidently say, and I'm very proud of this, I make more money from trading than I do anything else. So anything else, I make more money from my trading. And I think it's a little sad that I don't think many of the people in this space that I see on social media can say the same. say, do you make more than 50% of your income from your trading? Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I think everyone should be able to have multiple sources of income, and that's really nice. But I'd love to see more of it, though. I'd love to see traders start pulling up more money from their trading than they do from elsewhere. Yeah. It's stressful. Yeah, it can be stressful. Trading's stressful when you there's that breakout. There's that breakout in silver. Break through these 93s. Break through those 93s. That's what I was looking for. A little hesitant because there's just so much selling pressure that's came over the past hour. Yeah, that's why traders, if you know, you know on why I made that comment. Am I going to Thailand? Yeah, if you was following me on social media, on the Instagram, I had a vote. I let my followers know. Like I let the community. I don't know why. I don't like the word followers, but the community. I had 3 places that I wanted to go, and I was debating that yesterday. I was like, you know what? I need to make a decision. I need to just get up and just do it, right? Just do it, or else I'm going to keep procrastinating doing something I want to do. And the community voted on Thailand, so I'm like, all right, that's one of the places on my bucket list to go to Thailand, and they have a few fight camps there, but it's focused on Muay Thai. I've never really been into Muay Thai, but they have some good boxing programs there, so yes, yep. Not going there, AG Trader. So we'll see. Like I said, it's to be determined. And Aaron, my man Aaron, from Aaron trades the London Open here on TopstepTV. Aaron trades gold. He's going to be on tomorrow morning as well. He reached out. He's like, hey, maybe we'll go together. Maybe meet me over at Thailand. I don't know. There might be something there. Aaron trades. Host the London Open here. Welcome to Thailand, mate. We love it here. Here's the thing. Boxing and Muay Thai, very different, right? Similar, but different. It's an art form. Both of them are their own unique art form. All right. We rejected there on silver. So we rejected the breakouts. So very, very happy that I made the decision not to get into that long with all this selling pressure that's came in over the last couple hours. Zoom out, right? We've been selling off, so very happy with that decision. We still might rally up, but there's a good example of it. Great spot. You will love the gyms in Thailand. It's amazing. Train hard, rest hard. Awesome. That's what I do. And it's, obviously, when someone says something's expensive or cheap, it's all relative. It's a lot cheaper than here in the U.S. for a lot of things. I'm excited. I think I'm excited to dig more in depth about it. I started my Van Dam like, we're going for it. I told you. My goal for 2026, outside of trading, it's good to have trading goals. It's good to have personal goals, and discipline outside of trading leads to discipline on the charts, right? Discipline off the charts leads to discipline on the charts. I talk about that all the time. I post about it on social media quite frequently. It starts from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Just all aspects. Discipline, the mindset, training like an athlete, maybe not fighting, but whatever you do, whatever it is that you like and enjoy, just have that discipline. If you can't, for example, if you walk by a box of fresh donuts that are, at, say, your office and they're free, if you can't have the discipline to say no when you know you shouldn't, how are you going to have the discipline to just cut a loss short or follow your process? All right, I went through it. I struggled through it. It was difficult. When I worked in supply chain, whenever I was in the office, all the time, office lunch, office snacks, there's donuts, there's just, man, it was so hard. And then it's it's like you just sit most of the time. So you're sitting at a damn job and there's always food that was like free around me. And it tested it, right? I was, yeah. So if you can't have the discipline to do that, it's hard to have the discipline to be able to not place the trade when you know you shouldn't. So it's all aspects. It's a life, right? It's a lifestyle, not just sometimes. Let's see, just hanging around 93. 93 is a big round number. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, GC. Let's take a look at GC. Still looking for trades here. Gold starting to rally. Look, range trading. Buy low, sell high. If you guys sold high at the beginning of slow markets and buy the low of this range, working good. I like this song. And turn this one up. I need to find a way to mark these songs that I like. What song is this? Golden Hue. Yeah, I don't know how to mark it. I definitely need to figure out how to mark these. Oh, favorites. One second. This is very important. I don't have any favorites. I'm long gold. I'm long from. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get with the team. I gotta find a way to mark some of these favorites. NASDAQ starting to sell off a little bit. Kind of picked a direction. There is a little bit of a hint that maybe this is a higher low, right? Is this a higher low? Maybe look for a push to come retest these 410s, 413s. As I say that, we are starting to break out. Nothing to add trade though. Like I said, I'm out of sync with the NASDAQ, just taking a look at it. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin. Ooh, Bitcoin looking heavy. Bitcoin looking heavy. Maybe see another sell-off. Maybe go retest 90,000. Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin got smacked on the 16th. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to silver. I'm struggling here with these symbols. Yeah, silver's breaking out now. Silver's breaking out. Yeah, we just kept holding. We kept holding. Back to these 93.20s. Higher lows, higher highs. Testing this level. I'd like to see a pullback and then a break. But sometimes silver doesn't give us opportunities to get in. It just goes. Right? Just like how it sold off. It just kept selling off. And didn't really bounce and then continue until we got this one right here. So I'm just going to watch this. Just going to watch it. Yeah, look, we're holding it. We're holding pretty well, these 93.20s. Still, it's about 5.3%. Every time I look, man, they might look like very small movements here in silver because of the candlesticks, but man, sometimes I forget silver moves in half pennies. Right? We look at the DOM. And one tick is a half a penny, right? Half a cent. And it seems like it's moving in pennies lately. Like even 2-3 pennies, just so quick. See, that's the micro dom. Take a look at the minis. You can see the difference. Look at that. Look. Just to think it's half pennies. Supposed to be half pennies, right? And it's trading like it's... That's still scary to be a trader and use a market order. Market. Oh, yeah, you're getting hammered on just getting in and getting out of trades if you're not using them orders. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the hour. Maybe see a liquidity injection. See some volatility coming in. We're getting that pullback in silver. Came and test this level. And now we watch. We watch to see if we're going to come back down to these lows or if we're going to hold 93s. MNQ is a good trade. Will gold follow up silver, but I'm not buying. I still don't look at correlation. I know silver and gold are a lot more correlated than, say, the NASDAQ and gold, right? You go through and see which markets are correlated to what, but too many times I'll see like gold rallying and I'm like, okay, silver is going to rally too. And then gold turns around, silver just dumps and never did catch that rally. All right, man, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for that pullback. Looking for a break. Let's see if we can break these 93.28s. 93.20s. Hey, Dakota, what car I drive? I drive one with 4 wheels. Look at that. Anybody in the long? Little pullback. Breakout. Man, this is some clean price. This is some good market structure. Nice. I had a Honda Civic for about 6 years. Got in a wreck last year and bought a BMW with the insurance money. Don't go over there. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. And yes, I will I'll get my butt whooped when I go to Vietnam. Let's get through this. Still not seeing any trades. I'm looking at this as a resistance zone still. It's not that clean breakout yet. Patora says, how can I learn your strategy? By tuning in each and every night. I talk about, and you get to see how I trade. You can even tune in when I'm on air during the day show. I'm going to be on air tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and I talk through how I trade, or go through and rewatch some of the recordings. All these slow markets are recorded. Changed your life. How did I change your life? I like that. That's what I'm here to do. Hopefully for the good. Let's say that. Hopefully I changed your life for the positive and I didn't just wreck it. We're having a hard time picking direction. Oh, let's hope we don't get this price action. Look at that. That was some ugly price action. It is a holiday. Ooh. Okay, we're kind of in that zone right now. 93s. Lots of watching. Oh, I got. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Hold up. Hold up. Ooh. Dakota, do you use the same strategy in my personal? Yeah, I do. Yep. Everything that you see right here is, I use this in my personal. I use it how I view the markets. Always. There we go. Silver's like, it might want to test those stops around 92.40. We didn't. Yeah. Just buy the dips in silver. BTFD, buy the freaking dip. Why didn't you take a long on the pullback? I know I called it. I just don't like selling what... I don't like buying this market right now, right? Just I'm up $200 for tonight. This market's just been going down since we opened tonight's price action. And we did come down to these lows. We're bouncing off of it. Obviously, with hindsight, buy low, sell high. I called that pullback. If I could go back in time and just take all the trades that I call out, I probably would. I'd be doing amazing. But, you know, there's a lot more than what meets the eye when it comes to me actively reading the chat, managing a stream. Sometimes I call trades and I just don't take it. That's the reality of it. Rejecting that level. Jimmy says, some YouTuber just show you P&L, then talk BS. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't learn by just seeing someone's P&L. Right? I could show you P&Ls all day. It's not going to help you become a better trader. I'll talk about it, like how I'm doing, what's doing that, you know, on social media, but you know, we're here to learn. Ask questions, talk about price, what's going on in these markets. All right, are we going to reject? Are we going to make another leg lower now? Are we going to make another leg lower? Okay, starting to see a little bit of change in price. Do we break through this pivot? Maybe a lower high right here. Kind of broke through that one. I don't know. Is this going to be a higher low? And we start to break out to the long side. Kind of a decision zone. It's the Y, not the P that counts. Exactly. Buyer stepped in. Didn't want to break it below this pivot. Higher low. Higher lows. We're holding. Gold near session highs while silver is near session low. Yeah, I don't like to look at correlation. Markets are their own markets sometimes. That made me laugh, Leslie. That made me laugh. It's a good one. All right, we broke it. All right, we're breaking it. We're breaking it. 3-bar reversal, maybe. Maybe a 3-bar reversal. Broke below that pivot. Can we hold, though? A lot of times I've watched silver just check mark. Just break down, rally. Trust me, I've been in short right now, and I've been ripped a new one from just false breakdown. Well, let's see how this short plays out. I'm gonna measure it. Actually, let's see how this with this handy dandy projection tool, and I'm gonna see how it plays out with a 1-to-1. There we go. Let's see how this plays out. That's probably about where I would have been short, somewhere right there. Nice 1-to-1. liquidity grab maybe. Oh, I've been in. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just curious. I'm not going to take this in this account. This is just a demonstration. I'm happy. I love the petition. Yeah, I like it. You guys, I learned a new thing, and I'm doing the new thing. Because when this loses, I don't care. Break and retest. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see. You're talking about the break and retest of this, right? We broke this bigger pivot, and now we retesting not once but twice and move lower. Or are you talking about the opposite? Maybe looking for like higher. Ah, damn it. I pushed the... It deletes with the short position? Where was it? Where was it at? Like right here? Alright, risking 0.31 to make 0.31. There it is. And that's honestly, that's not too bad of a target. These lows? Target these lows? Oh, I almost hit the trash button again. Let's Control Z. All right, let's see if we get this. And this is the time it would have worked for you. Oh, every single time there's woulda, coulda, shouldas. Woulda, coulda, shouldas. Let's expand that baby out. This is pure night bot with the plug. Break and retest. Yeah, we're watching it. We're watching it. We're demonstrating it. We got about 19 minutes left. Great night. Gold selling now. Silver may drag all the metals lower tonight. Who's leading who? Which will break first? Yeah, that's where we're watching. Volatility is still pretty crazy. It might seem slow, but it's still volatile. We were up 6% and we was up 4.5%. Now we're hovering around 5% right now in silver. It's like at a moment's notice, silver could be up or down 1% in like less than 5 minutes. See, this is when I see silver short, like sell off, I want to see that elevator move, right? Like we were seeing here. This is a short. This is a breakdown. This is a very clean breakdown. Look, all that momentum, that selling. Oh, I don't want to click the trash button. That's not what we just saw, right? So we held there for too long. And so this is where I make a decision. Cut it early. This is where I would say I like to cut trades early. Just scratch. I don't need to risk the full stop loss. I'll take half a stop loss there. Just boom, out, cut it short. And then that helps with your risk reward, right? Where, you know, the trades that do just sell off, you know, hey, I had one winner, one loser. My loser was half the size. And the winner, I nail it. And if I get into multiple contracts, I let one as a runner. And that's where I like to have that, you know, that's where risk reward can come from. For me, anyway. Cutting the loser short. Like, as soon as you identify the market's not doing what you want, it's okay to just get out. And if you see it set up again, get back in. Well, let's see. Where would I make that decision? Right here? Somewhere right there? So, but then you're going to run into that situation where it goes like this, and then it just goes, right? Like, you know, if you just let it play out. So that's why you got to do your own back testing. Understand your own statistics. Understand your own trading. And you need to make that decision. Is this a trade that I'm going to make the decision and trade manually and cut if then? And make sure you're able to measure everything. Take it into practice. So make sure every decision you make in the market, you got to be able to figure out how to measure it, quantify it. Is it okay for me to close a trade early? You know, should I not? Should I just let my stop loss and just let it play out? Because maybe this type of a scenario. Look, I would have closed it right there, and it's starting to turn around. So Oh, man. So this one is a good example. Good example. Oh, there's something like that. So just make sure no matter what you do, you're able to do it. That satisfies my 4,000 to 4,700 gold protection. I said, quote me. I actually have a secret map for gold and silver. David has a secret gold map and a secret silver map. Ooh. Do you also have a pirate's hat and a wooden leg? You cannot trade silver with the 50k prop. I have that mentality, we'll get fried. I would not recommend trading silver with a 50k account. Or it'd be very difficult with how volatile it's been. I have sneaker. I got. Look at that. See, I would have closed it out early and take that loss. But I'm sure I would have been able to get back in. It's just then it'd be a loss, right? I would probably got back in. Fed dumping money into the market tomorrow. Tomorrow's our first full day. Here come the sellers now. I just made 10k in 2 days trading silver. Hawkish. Oh man, nice, nice work. Oh, hold up. All right. I'm late again, but having fun already. What are you having fun with? Price action has been meh. Shortened week. We're just getting warmed up. Up $200, 197. That pay for dinner. It pays for dinner and then some. No DoorDash tonight. No DoorDash. Yeah, see this one? Looking good now. Looking good. And boom. Boom. Oh, look, it even grays out. Look. Look at that. I like this tool. I like this tool a lot. Look, it even just from there, it just closed it out right there. There you go. Boom. But I would have closed. I gotta be real though. I would have closed out for a loss, and then I would have got back in, and so I wouldn't have made as much profit. I would have made this profit minus probably there. So I would have. Yeah. Sadly, that's okay though. We learned something. Right? Oh, might be picking up some steam here. I took that plus 521. Worst feeling closing early trade and watching it hit. Yeah, it's one of the worst. Look at how violent it moves. Oh, look at that. We had two. See, when it sells off, when it goes, it goes. Like, it did not take any time getting from where the entry was to the target once the momentum came in. See, look. I set it up on stream. I talked about it, and yeah. See, I love doing this. This is so much. I know it's nerdy or weird, but this is so much fun. Let's see if this thing might go. It might go for. Maybe we come down and test these 4250s. It's trading. I get excited. I get a little excited over this stuff. Okay, guys. It really be moving. It goes. Watch this thing just. I'm interested. Let's see. Let's see if we could break to these 92.50s. All right. It's not financial advice, but let's see if we could get through it. Those violent spikes down, yeah. That would be something else, huh? Yeah, that would be something else. Let's watch. Let's watch this. We got 9 minutes left. We're just chilling now. Done my job, made my money as a trader, and now we get to enjoy watching this. We could bounce. Yeah, look, I like this tool so much. Look, you got such a cool tool. And none of this matters because it hit the take profit that we had on. Lonnie says, I'm 18 and this is my hobby. People think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Hey, this is an amazing hobby to have at that age, at any age. People thought I was weird growing up. I was like 12, 13 years old, and I remember my friend Mario, one of my best friends growing up, he was always out doing things, like playing basketball or, you know, doing parties. And I would just be in my room. I'd plug into the computer, and I had it onto an old TV, and I'd sit there one by one with the candlesticks trying to guess the market and read price down. Yeah, I was a weird. It felt weird, right? When you're like a 13, 14, 15 years old and you're doing this type of stuff, looking at charts. But then, yeah, what's normal, right? Nothing wrong with being different. We got dreams. We got goals. That's what we have. I've been called a lot worse by people less than me on social media even over the past years, like even last week on a daily basis. I'm old as dirt. 59. Love this hobby. What's Mario doing now? Mario, I don't know if you're ever gonna be watching this, but one day I'll see him again. I think he's, yeah. I'm not gonna share personal information on here, but did not break the low from 45 minutes ago. Yeah, we didn't break the low. Nope. Hey, we got the majority of it, right? We got the majority of the move right there. We caught the piece. That's all we want. We want just a piece of the move. We're not gonna. It's unrealistic to catch the exact top and the exact bottom, but just a piece of the move. That's it. That's it. Gotta be happy. This is the meat, right? Meat of the bone. Not gonna catch the exact top. Not gonna catch the exact bottom. And I talked about this before, right? If you measure these moves, and here. Get your notebooks out for the last 5 minutes. This is important, okay? This is very important. Realistic expectation. If this is a move, we all know, everyone knows, it's very unrealistic to catch that from top to bottom, okay? And this is why I like measured moves. Measured moves, saying, all right, when we do make a move like this, how far do we move? Measure it, have a realistic expectations, go through, do that. If you missed it, I've done this a few times. I'll cover it again with Coach Jay. And that's the move. That's the move we just witnessed. Now, it's unrealistic to, let's just say, you'll have 20%. We'll just measure, say, the top part of this. It's unrealistic. Say, okay, God give back 20% because you need the entry, right? You're not going to just be selling it, getting the exact top. There's going to be room for error, right? Room for error. I'm not going to go too far in depth about margin of error and all that fun stuff, because this is where I kind of struggle as a coach. There's traders who are brand new, who's learning for the very first time what candlesticks are. And then we have traders who have been here for a very, very long time, and they understand a lot of these in-depth concepts and, understand on an in-depth level or deeper level of like margin of error and a lot of the calculations. And so I'm trying my best to simplify it as much as possible for everybody. So this is the move that the market gave us. And so I want to make sure I have a 20% on the top of the move that it's unrealistic to catch. If I catch the bottom of that 20%, let's just say right there, I was able to catch there, right? Anything where I gotten short above this, just icing on the cake, right? So I'm going to expect to catch maybe that. This is just an example, 20%. And let's just say there's 20% on the bottom now. Now, I'm just eyeballing this, okay? I'm just eyeballing this. And so my take profit is going to be, let's just say I got the worst of it, okay? Anything, my take profit, if I was able to catch any of this, it's just icing. It's just on top of it. So realistic, I want to be able to catch all this, right? I'm not catching the exact top. I'm not catching the exact bottom. I'm just catching the middle of the move. I'm just catching a piece of it. If you guys remember Mick, my man Mick in the risk management team, just catching a piece of the move, catching a piece of the trend. Like that is all we're wanting. That's all I'm wanting, is being able to catch from here to here. My risk is defined, right? Risk is defined. And if I'm able to leave a runner on NASDAQ, then maybe I could catch this and then leave a runner to catch maybe even more, right? Maybe I could leave a runner to catch more of this, or even try and make it a lot more efficient. And instead of, maybe I'm able to catch something down to the better piece of the move, right? Maybe I wait and then I'm able to catch some of the moves. So don't expect to catch everything. That's very, very unrealistic. Sometimes you can, and it feels amazing. Sometimes you'll get a mixture. Maybe you're able to catch a good entry and a good exit. Sometimes you're able to do like a mix of it, right? So I know that's a lot to leave you with at the end of slow markets. Maybe I could dive more in depth of this. I know I used to talk about this a lot. It's a good example of understanding something realistic. And then the question I get a lot is like, oh, how do you measure that, right? How do you know how big the move is going to be? You really don't, right? That's why we have to use the tools that we can to try and predict it, right? I used measured moves. I'll go over more of that. It's just measuring what an average move is when the market does start to sell off. And then you could also use something like an ATR. It's an indicator, which is, I don't like giving recommendations for indicators because that's just not what I always believe in. But this gives an idea, like average true range. So on average, when a 5-minute candlestick forms, it's moving 0.30. So this is technically saying, on average, I should expect a 5-minute candlestick to be from top to bottom, on average, 30 cents. And then 30 cents here on the 100 tick. Let's just say 30 cents is that, right? There's a lot of different ways to get it. I'm sure someone could go through and say, oh, you could calculate that 1,000 different ways, doing all these different indicators and this and that. Just find if it's something that you like. Find something that's very, very simple, easy to do, right? It takes me, you can see, I could eyeball it in like 5 seconds. It's just something simple to give a realistic expectation and just not be always going for those home runs and always going for unrealistic trades. So I'm going to leave it at that. I will be on bright and early tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central. And yeah, take care, everybody. See you